welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to understand an exciting and powerful part of European history. How people began to visualize their nation and how nationalism turned into imperialism. You will see how art ideas and ambitions shaped Europe and the world in the 19th and 20th century. Before nationalism, people were loyal to kings and empires, not to a nation. With nationalism rising, people needed symbols to emotionally connect with the nation. So, artists started to create or represent the nation in the form of female figures. This helped to unite the people under one identity. Even we have seen in the starting of this chapter, we have seen Frederick Sorio also compare that liberty statue into a female figure, right? Okay, the same thing. So here the France used the symbol of lady, which was called Marianne. This Marianne stood for liberty, justice and reason. She wore a red cap, the cap of liberty used during the French Revolution. She appeared in posters, statues, coins and stamps to promote the French Republic. This statue kept in the common places where the public together. Okay, then only the public started to identify, started to remember this. So same like France, how they have represented the France country in the form of a female figure such as Marianne. In Germany also, they have used the female allegory. Okay, it's just nothing but abstract idea. So in German, they have used Germania. This Germania represents the strength and unity. That Germania wore a crown made up of oak leaves, a symbol of courage in German tradition, and held a sword, a shield and sometimes a broken chain. That broken chain symbolizing freedom from oppression. These visual symbols helped ordinary people to imagine the nation as something real. These female allegories were used in art, literature, festivals and politics to create a feeling of shared national identity. For example, in our India, we are also representing our country in the form of Bharat Mata, right? So same like that, they have used these two female allegories to represent their nation. Children, in the page number 24, there is a tabular column which contains the chains, which contains the symbols and the significance. This one is very, very important, 1 mark. Okay. So, with this our subunit 5 got over. Let me move to the next subunit, which is called Nationalism and Imperialism. Before entering into the subunit, what is meant by imperialism? Imperialism means one powerful nation controlling weaker regions such as politically, economically and militarily. Okay, in the 19th century, nationalism turned competitive. Each nation wanted to expand its power, prestige and control. National pride became linked to the size of empire, especially in Europe. Earlier, nationalism was about liberty and unity, but by the late 18th century, it became aggressive. Nations started believing they were superior and had the right to dominate others. This colonialism in Asia and Africa. Here, they have given the example of Balkan problem. Let me see that. The Balkans had many ethnic groups. It was there in the southeastern Europe. Many ethnic groups is nothing but how we have seen in Britain. There were 3 different people, Welsh, Irish, Scottish. So same like that, the Balkan was a region where the different region people are living together. Okay, such as Bulgaria, Romania, Albania, Greece, Macedonia. So Bosnia, Croats, Serbs. So likewise, etc. So many different group of part joined together and they are living there. Totally they are calling us slaves. Okay, that country, that part was ruled for centuries by the Ottoman Empire, but now people wanted independent nation states. Nationalism in the Balkan become explosive. Each group wanted their own territory, which means that Serbs want their own territory, Romania want their own territory. In that, each group started to fight each other to get the independence. Okay, their ambitions overlapped. Serbs want to unite all slaves. Croats wanted a separate kingdom. This led to conflicts. This was the opportunity used well by the other countries like Russia, Austria. For example, if you take Russia, Russia supported the Slavic groups. Austria-Hungary wanted to suppress Slavic nationalism. Britain and Germany supported different sides based on their interests. This competition increased mistrust among European powers. Actually, they have used this situation very nicely to control this Balkan region, each countries in the Europe. Okay, at last, Balkan nationalism combined with imperialist rivalries created a tense environment. In 1914, the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria in Sarajevo triggered World War I. Thus, nationalism and imperialism together turned Europe into a battlefield. People visualize a nation through female allegories like Marianne and Germania. Nationalism, once a force for unity, turned into a competition for colonies. The Balkans become a hotspot of conflict. Finally, imperialist and nationalist tensions led to World War I. Initially, the Europe countries, started to fight for their own independence. Once they got their independence, once they achieved the concept of nationalism, now they started to show that whose power is high, who is so superior. It leads to fight between each other countries in Europe to occupy or to capture the Balkan problem. Or to capture the Balkan region. It leads to World War I. With this, the lesson comes to an end. Thank you.